For thousands of years, sailing was simple. If you wanted to go north, you waited for a south wind, opened up a massive sheet of canvas, and let the wind push you like a giant hand. This is called running downwind, and it makes intuitive sense. But modern sailboats don't just run away from the wind. They can sail almost directly into it. Now, how does that happen? Very simply, the forces of the wind on the sails, aerodynamics, and the water on the underwater parts of the boat, hydrodynamics, combine to propel the boat through the water.
Let's take a closer look at this. As the wind hits the sail, it splits. Because the sail is curved, the air travelling over the outside curve has to speed up. According to Bernoulli's principle, fast-moving fluids create lower pressure. Meanwhile, the air on the inside moves slower, creating higher pressure. This pressure difference creates an aerodynamic lift, like an aeroplane wing. The lift contains a sideways force and a small forward force. If lift is pulling the boat sideways, why doesn't the boat just drift sideways across the water? Underneath the hull, the keel acts as a second wing. As the wind tries to push the boat sideways, the keel generates its own hydrodynamic lift in the opposite direction. The combination of these forces pushes the boat forward. Wind is the movement of air from areas of high pressure to areas of low pressure. When you're sailing, it's important to be aware of the strength and direction of the wind in order to harness its energy efficiently and sail safely. The angle of the sail is the difference between the direction your boat is heading and the direction of the wind. Different angles of sail, called points of sail, change as your boat changes course, and the sails must be adjusted to harness the wind as efficiently as possible. Let's say you're heading 360, that is north, and the winds are also northerly. A boat can't sail directly into the wind, but it can sail toward the wind, close to 45 degrees off the wind's direction. When sailing as close to the wind as possible, with the sails trimmed in all the way, you are close-hauled. As you bear off, steering away from the wind, you will ease your sails as you sail onto close reach and then beam reach, where the wind is blowing over the side of the boat. As you bear further off, you sail broad reach, and when you are sailing directly away from the wind, you are sailing on a run, with your sails eased all the way out. There are two ways to turn a sailboat: tacking and gybing. Tacking is the process of turning the boat's bow through the wind, from an angle at which the sails are full on one tack to one of which they are full on the other tack. Let's say you're on heading 315, sailing close-hauled with northerly wind. If your destination is the island, you can't just head straight there. Instead, you have to zigzag by sailing close-hauled on one tack, then tacking to sail close-hauled on the other tack. By sailing back and forth as close to the wind as possible, you'll make the quickest progress into the wind. Gybing is the process of turning the boat's stern through the wind, from a reach or run on one tack to a reach or run on the other. Gybing is often a faster and more powerful manoeuvre than tacking because the sails are full of wind and do not luff through the turn.